The third step you can take to protect yourself, your family, and your future is to get the right advice. It's important to not rely on family and friends for legal advice. Many people have a support network, which generally includes someone who's been through a divorce. Now, this is great for emotional support, but not legal advice. Every divorce is different, and family law is quite complex. Friends who intend to help may wind up doing a lot of harm instead. Even lawyers who don't specialize in family law can make serious mistakes, and the wrong advice puts you at risk. Now, here are some issues that could apply to your specific situation. Will your former spouse be able to show up whenever and disrupt your life? If you want your child to be in private school, will you have to pay for it all by yourself? If you get a fabulous job offer out of state, could you take it? Which tiny flaws in your CIS could come back to haunt you? Which clauses could leave any future children or spouse destitute in the event of your death? Which settlement mistakes could multiply your tax liability? What is the cost of post-judgment litigation? How hard is it to modify child custody, support, or visitation? What kind of communication with your spouse during a divorce can be used against you? After the shock and exhaustion of the divorce are over, what will you think of your settlement? What aggressive tactics cause judges to rule against you? Which black and white legal issues drive up legal costs with zero possibility that you can win? If you have shared child custody, are you aware of the limitations that exist? Are you sure you've identified all your bargaining chips? And what are the top hidden assets that your attorney should look for? The right lawyer will know the most appropriate strategies. Legal and financial details are important, but they're not the only aspects your lawyer needs to address. For example, the emotional situation. The right lawyer lifts the burden of stress and fear, but the wrong lawyer can make a painful time even harder by inflaming your emotions and those of your spouse, instead of putting you at ease and working towards a resolution to your matter. There's a reason that former Supreme Court Justice Weinberger said that lawyers ought to be healers of conflict, not courtroom gladiators. Anyone who has ever been through a divorce will tell you that your lawyer's style and approach impacts you from all directions. A combative style drags the matter out, driving up legal costs. It can make the judge see you in a negative light or give you more credibility. And children may suffer a lifetime of hurt because of unnecessary conflict between their parents. The right representation is balanced and appropriate to the situation. When seeking a legal representative, you want to choose someone who will be your advocate, zealously asserting your position to protect your interests without inflaming hostilities that can damage your ability to negotiate or co-parent later. You also want a strong negotiator who can get results and is experienced enough to know what can be negotiated and what can't. And finally, you want to be represented by someone who knows how to communicate the right way for the right situation. Essentially, the most effective lawyers fight when necessary, but they don't instigate a conflict where one doesn't exist. And they don't approach every conflict as an automatic fight to the death. Additionally, they should be driven by your best interests, which include your immediate interests as well as future implications.